Snowball and Blaze and the midnight roar. Snowball the little polar bear cub was stacking snowballs into a tower when he heard it. A deep, echoing noise that vibrated through the icy ground of Frostpeak Valley. Blaze, the child fox, leaped so high his tail puffed up like a pom-pom. "Snowball, what was that? Don't say it was your stomach again." Snowball blinked. "My tummy doesn't roar like a dragon." Blaze narrowed his eyes. "Anymore." But another roar rolled across the mountains, colder and louder. Blaze's ears drooped. "Okay, nope, this place is haunted. Let's move to a tropical island." Snowball shook his head. "No way, we're going to find that roar." Blaze stared in horror. "Why do you always want to find the scary thing?" Snowball beamed. "Because it's fun." And before Blaze could pack his imaginary suitcase, Snowball was already marching toward the sound. The roars led them to Whispering Canyon, a place where wind echoed strangely, and the icicles hummed like tiny bells. As they stepped inside, the canyon walls shimmered with colors blue, green, purple like frozen rainbows. Blaze whispered, "Snowball, this place feels like someone pressed the spooky button." Snowball pressed his paw to the icy wall. "It's warm here." Blaze's eyes widened. "Warm?" He sniffed the air. "And smoky?" A shadow flickered across the canyon floor. Blaze squeaked. Snowball? Pretty sure something big is watching us." Then suddenly, whoo! The ground shook. Snow dust fell like rain. Snowball puffed his chest out. "Follow me!" Blaze grabbed his tail. "No! Follow me! Away from danger!" But Snowball gently tugged Blaze forward. At the deepest part of the canyon, they found a glowing crack in the wall. Warm light leaked out. Snowball whispered, "Let's peek." Blaze whispered back, "Let's not." They peeked. Inside was a small cave filled with glowing crystals, and something curled up in the middle. A giant snow-white wolf cub trembling with glowing blue eyes. It wasn't roaring. It was crying. Blaze blinked. Wait, that huge noise was a scared wolf baby? Snowball stepped forward gently. "Hi there, we won't hurt you." The wolf cub sniffled and whimpered. Its breath created tiny puffs of frost. Blaze whispered, "Snowball, wolves usually eat foxes." Snowball smiled. "Not babies. Babies need help." The giant cub nudged Snowball with its cold nose. Snowball giggled. "See? It likes us." Suddenly, the ground shook again. Only this time, it wasn't the wolf. A rumble echoed through the canyon. The walls began to crack. Blaze yelped, "Snowball! The whole canyon is falling apart." The wolf cub howled, panicked, afraid. Snowball's eyes widened. "It's trapped! We have to get it out!" Blaze gasped, "It's huge! How do we move a giant wolf baby?" Snowball grinned. "Teamwork." They pushed, they pulled, they slid on ice. Blaze fell on his tail 3 times. The shaking grew stronger. Huge chunks of ice fell from above. The wolf cub wailed in fear. Snowball shouted, "Blaze, help me!" Blaze swallowed. Okay, we're doing this." With one giant push, Snowball and Blaze shoved the wolf cub through the crack just as the cave ceiling collapsed behind them. "Run!" Blaze shouted. They sprinted through the canyon with the giant cub galloping behind them. Chunks of ice crashed around them. Snow puffed up in clouds. Light flickered wildly. Snowball grabbed Blaze's paw. "We're almost there!" Blaze shrieked. "I can't die! I haven't eaten dessert yet today." They burst out of Whispering Canyon just as the entrance crumbled shut. All 3 collapsed in a heap, panting in the snow. A soft glow appeared above them. A tall, majestic adult frost wolf stepped out of the snow fog, its fur shimmering like the northern lights. The wolf bowed its head at Snowball and Blaze, then nuzzled its baby gently. Snowball whispered, "It's the mama." Blaze gulped. Do frost wolves eat brave foxes after thanking them? Instead of growling, the frost wolf touched its nose to Blaze's forehead, leaving a tiny glowing mark. The mark shimmered like a star. Blaze froze. Snowball, I think I just got promoted in the animal kingdom. Then the mother wolf looked at Snowball and let out a soft howl, a thank you song. Snowball smiled, eyes shining. The baby wolf nudged Snowball and Blaze playfully before trotting back to its mother. The two wolves padded into the swirling snow, disappearing like magic. Blaze turned to Snowball. So, when you said this would be fun, Snowball grinned. It was fun. Blaze shook his head but smiled. Next time you hear a roar, can we just pretend it's the wind? Snowball winked. Only if the wind sounds like a giant wolf again. They laughed, bumped paws, and headed home, knowing that somewhere in Frostpeak Valley, the frost wolves were watching over them. Another adventure complete. Another mystery waiting. Love magical adventures? Subscribe and join Snowball and Blaze every week for more heartwarming stories.